I went to school.
Perfect.
They still on it, 'cause when I went, they were getting, when I retired, they were getting a lawyer,
What's that, buddy?
get your own lawyer.
Great.
Okay, welcome everybody. Let me see, this is what, October 21st and 70-degree weather today, right? Did we get to 70?
It's nice out there.
70 something? Not bad. Pam's back there freezing, but
I am.
I don't understand it. Anyway, first
I got him. I got him. You don't gotta give me.
First meeting I'm going to call to order is the Board of Works meeting for October 21st, 2024. Mr. Fetty, can I get a roll call, please?
Yes, we got Board Member Tommy Roulette,
Present.
Board Member Brett Bondurant,
Yes, sir.
City Attorney Dale Weldon. Here. President Kelly Milan.
Here.
Myself.
Okay. The only announcement I want to make is, I guess you guys are aware, but or maybe I would hope, we're in search of a Main Street director down here, so I think they're taking applications until October 31st, if I'm not mistaken. So that ought to be, I would think, quite a few applicants, but if you know of anybody, have them get their application in down to Main Street. It's not through the city, it's down Main Street, but that's the only announcement for this particular meeting. If no other announcements, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
So moved, Mayor.
Second?
I'll second that, Mayor.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion will carry. New business, Ms. Felix, you got labor apprentice recommendation?
Yes, sir. Thank you. I'm here to make a recommendation on behalf of myself and the rest of the hiring committee for the labor apprentice. I'd like to recommend Joel Scudder for that position.
First name, Joel?
Joel, Joel.
Okay.
And I may add that that was a tough one.
It was very tough.
Actually had to bring someone from the outside in to help us because we had a tie.
Okay. That's a good,
They did their due diligence and we respect them for that. Mm-hmm. We're sticking with the guns.
okay. All right, any other questions? Brad?
I have none.
If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve Joel Scudder for the labor apprentice position. When will he be starting?
November 5th.
Okay.
That's what this 2 weeks notice.
Yes,
Correct.
yeah.
He was waiting for us to do this.
He's waiting for tonight, yeah.
Okay.
I'll make
motion?
that motion, Mayor.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. How many applicants did we get?
117.
117.
I think that was the highest we've ever had. It was,
Just think of that, 117
Well, we got a custodian position out. I'm sure there'll be quite a few for that too.
yeah.
with no names on them, no references, and you have to go through each and every one of them.
Hey, I think it's a
Yes,
good system.
Maybe, no. Yes, it is a good system.
It is.
We'll agree 100%.
Okay.
I send my wife off and
Well, thank you to you and your committee for that. Next thing, Director of Project Management.
Yes, I'd like to ask the board's approval to post the Director of Project Management. We'll be posting it internally. It'll post for 5 business days. And then when that's pulled down, if no one is qualified, I'd like to request approval to take it externally.
Questions?
yep, I believe everybody got a copy of the requirements.
Yes, I sent that out
Well,
last week, I think.
All right, if no further discussion, I'd entertain a motion to give Jenny Felix the ability to post internally for Director of Project Management. And if we don't have anybody qualified, I would then allow her to go ahead externally.
instead of waiting for another meeting. to come. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, can I get a motion?
Yeah, so moved, Mayor.
Second?
I'll second it, Mayor.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Great, thank
Jenny.
you.
No other new business for this meeting nor old business. Can I get a motion to adjourn this meeting?
So move, Mayor.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, next meeting I'd like to call to order the City of Lawrenceburg Park and Recreation Committee meeting for October 21st, 2024. Roll call, Mr. Fetty.
All right, we got board member Tony Abbott,
Here.
board member Dylan Little,
Present.
board member Tommy Roulette,
Present.
board member Lenny Fryman,
Here.
board member Brett Bondurant,
Yes, sir.
Secretary Dale Weldon. Here. President Kelly Malone.
Here.
And myself.
Okay. Announcements. I'm going to give you an update. I could probably do it under old business, but I'll do it under announcements. Pickleball court up on the hill. We were just informed by, well, Jurgensen, Rowe, whoever you want to call it, that they will not be able to get the coating people that they subcontract will not be able to get the coating on until the spring, because it's got to be certain weather temp, things like that for that to adhere to the blacktop, and then also then for the striping to adhere to that. So we put up some temporary fence up there to keep people off the blacktop, but we will be one of the first in the spring. So our anticipation is you know, we were thinking about putting 2 courts down here at Todd Creech as well, to try to have those ready to go for coating at the same time. That way they can do coating for the hill and that one at the same time in the spring.
Was there any pushback on trying to get them to get it done this year? And the reason I ask is because in the contract, it's like an additional almost $2,200.
That
Wait till 2025.
No, we're not going to pay that. That
they
was
agree
for
to that?
was to do temporary striping.
Okay.
And we told them we were not. They wanted us to. It was written in the contract. If we got the same contract there, that they were with this anticipation that they would pay for, or out of that there would be some temporary striping to do it on the blacktop.
Okay.
And we chose not to go that direction. It's
I was going to say, I see too, so it says.
is that on there too, Bill?
Temporary on asphalt would be an additional $1,200, and then, but even just for the acrylic surface and actual striping and equipment, if we wait till 2025, it's an additional $1,095.
I think that's if that's was because of us though.
Okay, could we get confirmation?
I'll definitely get confirmation, but we're not going to pay it. I wanted it done this year.
Yeah, so do we.
I think we all did.
I think we all did. But, so anyway, but I want to give you an update in case people start asking you. I've had people inquire. But,
What about with the trails up there? Is there any update on that? Because I know that the grant
well,
stuff.
I'll tell you what I was going to do. I've been working with, as you know, we got a sort of a haphazard project team put together right now. So they're working on getting all the updates from the different engineering firms that we've been working on. And what I was going to do is, there's like 6 or 7 different projects out there right now. I'm not talking about the bigger projects. I'm talking about the smaller ones. As soon as they get me all the updates on that, then I'll come share with you guys. And that's one of them. The last thing I knew is we still are going to qualify for the $200,000 grant. We're waiting on a design, a fellow in Kentucky that designs these types of trails. And he's supposed to give us or come over and do the design piece in the fall.
Okay.
That's all. That's the last I had heard about it, Dylan. But I'm going to get you guys updates on all those smaller projects. I got Brian and Mike working with Ashley on that right
Sounds
now.
good.
So, no, good question. I know Lenny wants that trails pretty bad, don't you, Lenny?
There's a bunch of them over on our side asking about it, yeah.
We mean our.
Well,
We
over on,
work for everybody, Lenny.
well, no, we work for everybody, but we're on the east side.
You hear that?
That'd be the west side, but the east side's been asking.
My side of the tracks and your side of the
Yeah.
tracks, huh?
You're on my side of the
He was
tracks.
talking about you individually, wasn't he?
Hill and yeah, I don't know about it. Anyway, okay.
I got a question too.
Yes.
Did you by chance do the power spraying up there yet?
The what?
The
Pressure washing?
pressure washing?
Power
of
wash.
all the stuff?
You know what? Have you checked on that? Did
I
you?
haven't
Did
been
they?
up there.
You know, I didn't check.
But what I was wanting to ask, if they could go in and pressure wash the restrooms. They look pretty dungy.
Well, the restrooms are all being redone this winter.
Okay.
But Dylan had asked me about that playground equipment, and I know I reached back out to
Yeah, that was some
Brad.
time back even, yeah.
Yeah.
I've
I'll
noticed.
get you guys, I'll send you guys out a text on that. But, yeah, that should be done, but
Well, I just thought if we did that, me and you go up there and have a pressure washer fight. I'm just saying.
no, we're
No?
not doing that.
All right, just asking.
You just get hurt.
Probably.
All right, any other questions on parks? I don't have any new or old business for this one. If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I'd like to call to order the, oh, wait, I just want to remind everybody, at 6:30 tonight, we've got to have the utility rate study hearing. So at 6:30, wherever we're at in this meeting, we will pause, have the hearing, then call it back to order, and then go through the ordinances with the rates. Okay, I'd like to call to order the City of Lawrenceburg City Council meeting for October 21st, 2024. We all could stand for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. One time, Mr. Fetty.
All right, Councilperson Tony Abbott.
Here.
Councilperson Dylan Little.
Present.
Councilperson Tommy Roulette.
Present.
Councilperson Lenny Fryman.
Here.
Councilperson Brett Bondurant.
Yes, sir.
Attorney Dale Weldon. Here. Mayor Kelly Malone.
Here.
Myself.
Okay, announcements, board reports, streets, alleys, and curbs, downtown, Mr. Abbott.
It's all good.
Streets, alleys, and curbs, Mr. Fryman up on the hill.
Yes, sir. Very good.
Finance Department, Mr. Bondurant.
No report, Mayor.
Parks and Playgrounds, Mr. Little.
Discussed in the Parks and Playgrounds meeting.
All righty. Fire Department, Mr. Roulette.
The only thing I have in the fire department, Mayor, is I did ask Chief Tremaine to update me on the last couple fires that we've had here recently in the city of Lawrenceburg and outside that, and I just wanted to give all our first responders, but also our firemen a thumbs up. They did have a fire on 10/10/24 at 1:21 a.m. and was able to keep that into one apartment. It's my understanding our general foreman actually opened up the Boy Scout cabin for some of the tenants over there while it was down. And that's,
Over on Elm?
yes, that's it. Yes, it was Elm. I'm sorry. And then also they had one where they were first on scene at Hidden Valley Lake. Our guys were
Yeah, I mean, that's,
in a big condo fire. So
yeah.
kudos to them.
I was surprised they were first on the scene, but they were, yeah.
Yep.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, they had a couple of them back to back there.
Yeah, they did. This time of year, you start
Yeah.
hearing about other fires because of space heaters, things like
Yes.
that, but,
That's all I have,
Okay.
Mayor.
all righty.
And also, Mayor, I'd like to put prayers out for the police officers this weekend, that this things went on, that we keep them in our prayers.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Just so everybody knows, the general manager at Hollywood reached out today to have me thank our police department for the professionalism, and they're well-trained, and his staff was more than impressed. So,
I'd like to say one more thing on that, too.
yeah.
You know, I was sitting at the house outside the other day, and the EMS and the fire department, the police officers and things, we really should be thankful for what we got. They're constantly on runs, going somewhere, doing something, and they're protecting us, and I want to thank them all for their services.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. One announcement I'll remind you of is tomorrow we've got an executive session followed by a work session. That's to talk about the landfill.
Yes.
So pretty important stuff, but food? Oh, they're bringing food. Okay, good. Oh, that's even better. Okay, good. Okay, and if you can't make it tomorrow, please let me know, and I'll get you filled in afterwards. Can I entertain a motion? Did anybody got any other announcements? Oh, I want to wish the girls soccer, LHS girls soccer team, good luck this weekend at semi-state, I believe.
That's right.
The boys lost the finals of the regionals, penalty kick,
Penalty kicks, yep,
or one of maybe it's first game of the regional.
yep.
We had two country girls make it to the regionals this year. Football team just keeps cruising. They got first round of playoffs this weekend, right?
Yep, first round of sectionals this Friday, yep.
Yeah, South Dearborn, I think. They just
It
played
is.
South Dearborn last week, and barely
Close
squeaked
game, yeah.
squeaked through. So, yeah. So, all right.
I want to mention something on that too.
Oh, here we go.
You know, I've been over a couple times, but the first time I went over and seen those lights, there was people come up saying, look, they got goosebumps. I thought we was at a professional football game. Turn all the lights out and they started going off. I'm going.
You thought
It took a lot to impress me.
back in the 70s.
I'm telling you, man, I was ready to get up and run out there.
And everything else, didn't you?
It was awesome. It really is.
It was. It is awesome. They got it. They got it going over.
Yes, they do.
All right. Any other announcements? If not, entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
So moved.
Lenny, second?
I'll second.
Okay.
Or nothing, any second it?
No, you did.
I'm sorry, Mayor.
No, you're seconding it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The first item on, well, we can't go to that yet. Better wait after we have the hearing. Okay, Mr. Weldon, we got the IMPA Commissioner Resolution.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Your Honor. The Common Council, what you have in your packets is a brief resolution to appoint a new IMPA commissioner in the position that Billy Kennett used to serve in. And this will certify him. There's some documents that Mr. Fetty's office will handle as far as the oath that they would take if this is approved.
Yeah, this is until we would identify a utility director, and then they would take that over, but we gotta have somebody represent us on that board of directors. Any
If it
questions?
serves me correctly, Mr. Messmore said in before.
He did.
this, and he,
You're right, you're exactly right. He did before, I think, before Bill.
yes.
I think you're right. Good point. What resolution number is this, Mr. Fetty?
All right, we're on resolution number 5.
5. Any questions?
I have none, Mayor.
If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve resolution number 5-2024, a resolution appointing a new commissioner to the Indiana Municipal Power Agency.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion will move forward. Second one is a golf cart ordinance amendment.
Thank you, Your Honor. Please, the Common Council, what you have is an ordinance that just, the easiest way to do it was to repeal and replace the old one, make sure we didn't miss anything. It removes, we actually had removed before, but it eliminates the 11 p.m. curfew other than 16-year-olds are still subject to the general 11 p.m. curfew. Mr. Roulette pointed that out, and that's a good reminder that we need to cross-check these. So that still applies. We removed the requirement for seatbelts and for the slow-moving vehicle sign, and then everything else stays in place. Also changed the language, took out the specific fees and just left it as whatever fees are set by Mr. Fetty's office, so that if those were ever to change, we wouldn't have to change the ordinance.
Okay. But they still are required to get the registration yearly?
Yes, sir.
And that's, I want to reiterate that police are out checking golf carts to make sure that they, registrations are up to date and they should be visible. There's some requirements of where you're supposed to put them, I believe, on the golf cart.
That was a question or something I was going to bring up, Mayor.
Yes,
Under registering them,
yeah,
under 7606. I spoke with the police chief, and he wanted to see if we could add something in said ordinance to where the placement would be on the left front fender of every golf cart, so the officer does not have to walk around the golf cart. It'd be uniform. So I didn't know if we could add a letter E and state placement of the sticker to the left front fender. That
Oh.
makes sense?
I don't see why we can't.
I mean, he
Is
said
it-
it would
is-
make it easier,
Go ahead, sorry.
he said it would make it easier for the police officer not to have to actually walk around like, where is your sticker? So if we have a specific place for them to place it when they register them or re-register, we can let them know that it would be nice if they could put it
The left front fender.
on the side,
Passenger,
yes.
so the driver's side.
Yes, when they walk up to the driver of the golf cart, if there's an infraction or just anything, they can see they have a valid sticker right then and there.
Right in front of the driver.
Yep,
Can we
yep,
just-
right with the driver.
If you take a look at D under operator,
Yeah,
it kind of tells you to put it in the back. It says valid, requires a place of valid registration permit compliance with the chapter on the rear of the vehicle in a manner that is clearly visible to law enforcement.
yeah, I think we changed,
I was gonna say the
But
back.
that's what I think we ought to change is the D part.
I'm sorry.
Would we want it on both so that they can see it? Because if they're following, maybe they need to see it as well.
I don't,
No, we only got one
sticker.
sticker.
Well, does it really eliminate the issue? Because if people are coming here from Greendale, they don't have requirements of where they're gonna place the sticker anyways.
Right, but
this was just sorry, Mayor, this was just a recommendation. I mean,
Yeah.
We don't have to, but he thought, hey, it would be easier for our officers to make sure they're registered.
I think where Chief Snyder was going with that was our everyday
Yeah,
people. Obviously, for events, we got people coming from
Greendale.
Greendale and stuff, so it will be a little different. But I think if you want, we can just change D to put, on the,
Left front fender.
on the driver's side front fender or something.
Yeah.
Well, we can require the Greendale cars to have it too.
Well, they do have to have registration, but we don't require them to have it on the left front fender, because they probably have their own requirements. All we require is them to make sure that they are up to date on their permitting like we are here. So I don't know, we can demand where they put theirs based
yeah.
on,
So basically what you're saying, Mark, is under 76.07,
No.
under C, there is a visible registration sticker clearly posted on the rear. This is where we would change it to the front.
And then keep that in the same paragraph.
7603D.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
D,
got
is that right?
76-07.
He's talking about, it'll be under operator.
Yeah, but we have it right here too. Visible registration sticker clearly posted right here.
And it's on both pages.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yep. So we can clear it up.
Take reciprocity, well, that's for reciprocity, that,
Yep.
we can't tell them where to place their sticker. So I would say that there is a visible registration sticker
Yes.
clearly posted.
Yep.
I think,
Yep.
I don't think you have to put on the rear
And
of the
again, it was
vehicle.
just a recommendation from him. Because I asked him if he had seen the updated version. He said no, and I sent it to him.
So can I reread this back then? If we're gonna change 76.07 under reciprocity, under letter C, we will put it as there is a visible registration sticker clearly posted, visible to law enforcement and any other official. That's for the people that are coming into our city.
Yeah.
Right? And then on 7603D, we will put an operator, place a valid registration permit in compliance with this chapter on the front fender, or front
Left fender.
front driver's side fender.
Fender, yes.
I'm afraid people say left side, they're gonna say, well.
Yeah.
look
I was
at
standing in front of it, yeah.
So if we could put, on the
Just put it on driver's side.
driver's side front fender,
Can we make that effective 25?
yes.
'Cause I don't want, my sticker might not come off where it's at.
Driver's side front fender. So, can we make those changes, Mr. Weldon?
Yes, sir.
And then, I would like to go ahead and get this approved if we could, and pending these two changes. And then we can, we'll make sure that Mr. Fetty has the right one. Any other changes you guys would like to see, or
It's all good.
what ordinance number is this, Mr.
We
Fetty?
are at ordinance, this is 13.
13,
Golf cart's 13, yeah.
okay. Okay, any other questions regarding the golf cart ordinance amendment? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve ordinance number 13-2024, which is the golf cart ordinance, as we would call it, with the changes that we had talked about, one in 76.03 and the other in 76.07. And I would entertain a vote on this, and if it's unanimous, that it would be passed based upon a unanimous vote tonight in the first reading.
So moved, Mayor.
Second.
Second.
Go ahead.
Tony, is that second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you,
Mr.
guys.
Petty, you'll have to make sure to remember to remind them when they come in for their registration.
Yes.
Yeah. Because
I'll change that
I
on.
feel like a bunch of them are on that back right panel.
Yeah, well, I think it was just the back, yeah. It'll be easier.
Yep.
Okay.
Something uniform.
Thank you, guys. Next item is the MS4 Stormwater Resolution, Resolution number 6.
Thank you, Your Honor. If it pleases the Common Council, so this is kind of a package, but this is part of what we'll consider next, and we can do it in either order. But this is the resolution that's attached to the Stormwater Standards Guide. And then next is the Stormwater Ordinance itself. I think it just got put in there in a weird order.
I don't see the ordinance.
So the MS4
It's this like,
is an ordinance, and so that's, this resolution is 2 pages long.
Yeah, I got that.
Then after that is the MS4 ordinance, so this whole thing is an ordinance. And this is the MS4 ordinance proper. And then I guess they put the stormwater standards after the ordinance, so scroll down, there's so many pages.
Yes, there is.
But the resolution just refers to the Stormwater Standards Guide, which is a supplement to the MS4 ordinance. What I'll say while we're scrolling is that all of this was designed by our working group, which is Lawrenceburg, Dearborn County, Greendale, and Aurora, in conjunction with the consultant, the advisory group that did work for the first phase. So you'll see on page, you'll see on page 99 to 100. Go to page 100, and that's the Stormwater Standards Design Guide. So the Stormwater Standards Design Guide and the MS4 ordinance were all designed, written and drafted identically for the 3 cities and the county by our working group who has a consultant. So our round of MS4 is for smaller cities. They already did this years ago for the bigger cities. They did this in conjunction with IDEM themselves. So IDEM, Indiana Department of Environmental Management, is just enforcing the 1990 Federal Environmental Protection Act. They were enforcing it at the state level. Now we're enforcing it at the local level. We're considered phase 2 MS4. And so it's kind of our turn to do this. So I guess the key takeaway is that 1, we have to do this. It's required by IDEM. 2, we didn't write this. IDEM wrote it for us in conjunction with this working group. So all the cities and counties that are in this round are passing the same thing. We're not like writing it's the standards that the federal government gave to the state, and now the state government's giving to the cities and counties. The way they've described this is it's a program, not a project. It's ongoing. Really what we're doing is we're mapping, the 2 primary objectives are to map our current stormwater system and then to monitor activity. So what we're trying to accomplish is for anyone who is building something new, that they during, and post-construction have done everything that the federal and state government require to eliminate any harmful erosion. This is stormwater management erosion.
Like the water or the utility increase.
Yeah, public
There was a guy out there looking to get in.
Oh, okay.
Can we let him in?
Yeah.
He can come around.
Yeah, these
Door
doors
here.
are open.
All
right
those doors.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, sorry about that.
Thanks, buddy.
Stick around.
Okay, so we need to approve this in two,
Yeah, we'll
a
approve
resolution and ordinance.
if it pleases your honor and the council. And the reason I did I drafted the resolution was because we're a little behind with the timeline. We're doing two steps at once.
So I'll reroute you.
Sorry.
Head southwest. It looks like you've left the route, so I'll reroute you.
I'm trying.
You're good. You've made it.
I usually get hollered at for that myself.
Ryan, are you related to Lenny?
I went over by the courthouse and then the cop brought me over here.
Okay.
We waited for you. Specific questions, I can do my best to answer them, but this is not something that we wrote where we said we want Lawrenceburg to do these rules. This is something IDEM is saying, do it this way. It's kind of an or else, like we have to do it or we're gonna get fined, but we don't have to do anything. You guys are in charge. But I would recommend that we pass it based on the work that the local coalition did, the 3 cities in the county, as well as our work directly with IDEM to develop these standards.
Okay. What questions you guys have?
I got clarification. I reached out to the folks, so,
Did you? Good. Thank you for doing that.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm asking again, we have to pass a resolution and an ordinance?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, so we want to pass the resolution first, or does it
Yeah.
matter which quick?
However it pleases Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, then we're going to do this, and then we're going to pause for the utility rate study hearing. Resolution number 6-2024 is a resolution from the City of Lawrenceburg to accept and adopt the 2024 Stormwater Standards Design Guide. Questions? No questions. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 6-2024 passes. Next is we have an ordinance, the MS4 ordinance, which is number 14-2024. And we will pass it on the first reading as long as it's unanimous. If not, we will have a second reading at another date. Can I get a motion to accept the MS4 ordinance?
So moved, Mayor.
Second.
Second.
Why, everybody second it? Brett, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. All right.
I want to real quick thank John Johnson, Ashley Cook, Matt Morelli, and Doug Garner. They're the ones who are going to put this into action, so you guys, you have a good team.
Okay. All right, 6:32, we will pause for the utility rate study hearing. That gives people in the audience an opportunity to speak before we get into the ordinances when we call the meeting back to order. Anyone from the audience want to speak about the utility rates?
I might
Yeah.
have a question.
Yes, you raised your hand too. Melody, you got a question? Come up to the podium.
State your name, please.
Hi, I'm Melody Holcraft. I just have a question. Is this on the electric for the, rates to go up? How can you give them free electric a couple times a year and then now you want to raise it?
Well, we're not giving free, we're not
You was.
raising the electric.
I mean, they got free electric utilities, yeah. We got free utilities.
Uh-huh.
And then, but now you're saying it might go up.
Well, the money that pays for the free utilities is not ratepayer money. It's river.
Plus, that was used out of the COVID relief as well,
The
correct?
first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of where?
out of COVID relief funds that were given to us?
There was
from the federal
AARP
down-
funds.
I don't remember stating that, or, you know,
There
seeing
was,
that,
there
but
was
that's all I
funds
have.
from AARP that was used to pay for it the first time. Could those funds have been used in another direction? Potentially, but at the time, it's what council thought was best.
Well, I should ask you.
It was unbudgeted funds at the time, Melody, is what it was.
I'm just curious, I'm asking.
No, that's fine, no.
members of the city.
That's what the hearing's for. No. Yes, ma'am?
I live up off of Bilby.
Okay,
Now, most of that is city.
uh-huh.
I live on Elizabeth.
Okay, so you're in the county.
Not city.
That's not city. But the people behind me, the people in front of me, they're city.
Yeah,
So why should mine go up? I'm right there. I'm getting the same delivery that everybody's getting.
I'm the first house in the county on Wilson Creek, same.
yeah.
I'm the first house on Elizabeth.
My neighbors pay.
One of my parcels is city. My other two are not.
I'm sorry, I didn't,
I have one parcel that's a city,
okay,
and the other two are not.
okay,
I'm on a 3 parcel.
okay.
How do
here's
we
the
do
thing.
anything about this? This is ridiculous.
Which part's ridiculous is what I'm asking.
Why the people in front of me still
Yeah.
get the city rates, why the people behind me still get the city rates.
Because you're not paying city taxes. You're not paying,
Part of I am.
are you?
Yeah, I have one parcel in the city.
So you pay 3 different
Yes,
property taxes? So but is your house deeded with the,
on the other two.
okay, that's why. Your house is deeded in the county,
But everybody else on up the street is city.
not Elizabeth.
No,
All of Elizabeth.
no, up Bilby
Yeah, everybody on Bilby, yeah. Mhm. That's been there that way.
and out 48.
I can't answer the question why it never got annexed in.
So I don't understand why everybody doesn't get a rate increase.
Everyone
And
does.
just-
Yeah, everybody does.
Everyone does.
So everyone will get a rate increase. The
There's
difference
this
is,
rule.
is the rule
Yes.
is a little bit different than what the city is.
And we don't.
Yes.
Absolutely, yeah, that's what it is. It's the difference between the city and the county.
Why 30%?
Yeah, yeah, 30 and 40.
Yeah.
30 and 40. I mean, what the heck? You trying to run us out of our homes?
I mean, when we voted the riverboat in, I thought it was to help all this, you know? And we got the riverboat in, and now everything's going up, you know?
What's that?
The-
Come up to the podium if you could,
ago, when we-
because we're recording that, we just want to make sure people at home.
State your name, Brian.
Brian Littell. I live on Wilson Creek. Years ago, when we voted the boat in, I thought it was to help all this.
Yeah,
But the people in the county, I mean, I voted for the boat,
yeah.
you know what I mean? But now I'm getting punished for 30% on my utility bill, you know?
I don't know, I wouldn't call it punished, Brian, but I understand what you're saying, you know, everybody, I will say this, if you take a look at our utility rates in the city of Lawrenceburg, we are in the top third for the lowest rates in the state, if that makes sense. We have done utility department and council and USB has done a really nice job of making sure that rates haven't raised more than they have. Like, for instance, our electric, we're not raising anything on the electric, okay? Water and sewage, yeah.
Gas,
Well, we don't have anything.
Gas is sticking more.
Yeah.
10 to 35%.
What's that?
On this paper, it says 10 to 35% on electric.
That's for rural customers, which is
Oh,
correct.
rural, okay, yeah. I'm talking about the city, local city. But the thing is we haven't had a rate increase in, I don't know,
Did we ever figure out 2010?
in about
12.
14 years, 13 years. And what we did was, when Director Kennett was here before he retired, we took a look at, he took a look at the rates. We had a company come in and take a look at the rates, what it's costing us to operate our water and sewer. We're losing money every month. Electric, all we're trying to do is utilities is supposed to be, it's a nonprofit, okay? You break even. That's all we try to do on utilities.
But-
Yeah, go ahead.
But us in the county's gonna be paying for it.
No, not necessarily.
You know what I mean?
But you also aren't paying the city taxes that the rest of the folks are paying.
When I'm paying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a wash.
It just seems like a lot.
And we're not getting the advantages
For
either
a
of what they
bam,
get.
you
They
know?
get what?
Well,
They get
and
garbage picked
that's what
up,
I
they get
pointed out in the meeting. Like, you'll see tonight, I mean, that was some of the things that I pointed out. I thought it was a huge increase. At one point in time, it was much higher than what it is now. We went back, the people did another study, we found options to finance it at 0% interest, so forth and so on. It was much higher than what you guys are seeing tonight, just so that you're aware as well. And there's been work done on our end to try to alleviate some of that. Just so that you're aware as well. I agree. I think it's still a lot at one point in time, and one of the things that I said was we should be doing it over a period of time, which is something that we have failed at because a 30% is a punch in the face. I mean,
And it should be
I understand
approved by
that.
everybody, not just a few. Even though they pay different taxes, we don't get the benefits that they get. So we're already being penalized.
what benefits don't you get?
We don't get garbage pickup.
Well, citizens have to pay for that.
Yeah.
Now, didn't the sewer district raise our rates?
That's in
Quite a bit.
2022. Yeah.
Yes.
See,
We'd already put that in, that's already been implemented.
For the last 2 years, the city has been eating that increase. We got a raise from the regional sewer district. For the last 2 years, the city has been eating that.
Then raise everybody's, not just a few.
Everyone's is,
They are
yes.
raising. They are raising. Yes, they are.
Look, just for your information, like me, being a resident in the city of Lawrenceburg, I was paying, I think it was $13.38 for a 5/8 water meter. That's my bare minimum, okay? In other words, if my water bill's not up here, I at least pay that. I will now pay $21.80 as well
So $8.
for a 5/8 meter. I mean, we're taking the blunt of this as well as everybody else. But as the mayor stated and as Dylan stated, we were at a loss and we've been losing money. We have to get our utilities sustainable. Yep, and just like Mr. Littell said, yes, gaming was in here and it did help with our infrastructure, but our numbers are dwindling there and we have to get, again, ourselves sustainable to where we can, if we have to put in a transformer, we have to put in a new sewer line, that we have the money instead of borrowing the money or bonding the money.
And I think a perfect example is on Elizabeth Drive, the pump that's back there.
Yes, which we're trying to get rid of.
I mean, so there are benefits. I mean, I was driving around today and went back there because there's a pump back there that needs work, and that's part of what this is, so.
Yeah, it's all the way back at the end of Elizabeth.
Which we've got engineering in place now where they're trying to eliminate that pump station so there will not be any issues. It will all be gravity flow.
What we did was, going back to what Dylan had mentioned earlier, was when we first got the first set of, the first draft of the rate increase, and I'm talking about for everybody, it was quite a bit higher.
Yep.
Okay, because it had quite a few, there's some projects that are gonna have to be done here in the next 3 to 5 years that if we didn't come up with an alternative to paying for those projects, it was gonna hit back on all of us as ratepayers, okay? So what we decided to do, in working with Mr. Fetty's office, is some of these major projects, these millions of dollar projects that are gonna have to be done, the city is going to loan the money to the utilities. Utilities will pay back the city, but at no interest. And that way, we didn't have to add in all of that capital expenditure that was those millions of dollars into these rates, okay? Otherwise, you would have seen a lot higher increase. And so we did everything we could to try and minimize the increases. And that's what, that's what we intend to do for the next however many years that we can to these projects.
So what happened to all the money from the lands that got sold that were owned by Indiana? Like land behind my house got sold at auction.
Okay, I don't know.
It's landlocked land. It should have been offered to the people that own the property, that can get to it. It's landlocked land.
I can't, I'm sorry, I can't answer that.
Yeah, that's more state.
That wouldn't have anything to do with us. Sorry, I don't know.
Well, we're Indiana, aren't we?
Well, yes, ma'am,
They
yeah.
had to do something with us. They got sold out from us.
Are you speaking on behalf of when they redid 48, that landlocked?
No, there is landlocked land there that just got sold.
Is it on Meyer?
Following, I'm
No,
not following.
it goes behind everybody on Elizabeth.
Okay, because there was land on Meyer that went up at the end of my little street.
Oh, okay.
But they sent everybody out a paper, because I got one that said that we could all bid on it.
Yep.
Okay.
So they did not offer it to you. It was just done at auction, so everybody could do it.
That's the
But it's
property at
still
the top of the
landlocked
hill
land.
there
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
right. I know where
Yeah,
you're at,
when we
yes.
built the new house behind me.
Yes,
then that-
yes, I know where you're
that
at,
piece of
yes.
property, Yeah.
Yeah, that was
And I don't
state.
even know who bought, yeah,
That
that's
was
state.
Nothing to do with
And they
us.
sent out a paper and anybody could have bid on it.
I remember that.
Okay.
Yep.
Was that, how long ago was that, Pam?
2
It's
years
not been-
ago,
yeah,
year
it's not
ago,
even-
year
no,
ago.
It's not
just
even been a
recently.
year. It was in the summer, I
November.
think. It was in
Okay.
the summer, I thought.
So they sold that land on Elizabeth back in November?
Somewhere around there. It's closed in March.
Okay.
And somebody from way over somewhere bought it. Because I bid on it and I got outbid.
Well,
All I wanted
so
was
you had a
just behind my
chance to
house.
bid?
Yeah.
Okay.
We all did.
Yeah,
I can't answer for that.
but where's the money go?
You got outbid.
I know I did,
It went to
but
the state,
where's the
I'm
money go?
assuming. I'm assuming it went to the state. It didn't go to Lawrenceburg.
Yeah, we have, that's not our
Wasn't
jurisdiction.
us.
We mow it. That's about all we do.
Try to keep it looking nice.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. What would these folks need to do if they want to get annexed into Lawrenceburg?
Well, it's quite a job. But, there's ways to make it happen, but they gotta understand their property tax,
Taxes
everything
will
else
go
gonna
up
go up.
Substantially.
It's not, it's,
Yeah.
you gotta look at the whole thing as a whole, not as,
Well,
okay,
I mean, if that's what they want though, if they want the lower rate,
well, my assumption is back when they tried to annex them, they probably had the majority that did not want to do
Correct.
that.
If I remember.
Because they were either gonna have to tap onto city sewer and get off of a septic, or whatever the case may have been back then, so. There's pros and cons, but it's not
See, I
not easy.
figured that's what they were gonna do on Lawrenceburg, because all of the sewer and everything ended at my house.
Yeah.
And when they ran all that new 5, 6 years ago, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
they ran it all the way down and around the corner from.
Right.
And they were gonna allow people to tap on if, Yeah.
I tapped on 20 years ago,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I think that was with this regional sewer district, the county, and the city worked together on that.
they did. There was a
Yeah. To
combination
help those that
project.
were failing septic systems.
See, I didn't know that. I was thinking, here comes an annex,
Yeah, no.
yeah.
Last thing you want is somebody to force you to do.
Yeah,
that's for
I don't want it in the city. I mean, I love you all to death, but still,
I hear you.
I have bonfires, I shoot my gun in the backyard. I wouldn't be able to do that in the city limits, yeah.
It's true.
Absolutely not.
It's true. Don't shoot your gun off, Pam.
I do, if I could.
She's trying to shoot the moon.
It's always with me unless I'm in here.
I hear you.
I do want to say something, I'm sorry.
Yes, come on up.
I just remembered this. Over your term as mayor, Pam Regacci, everybody knows me. Over your term as mayor, there were 2 times that I remember, and I think it's only 2, that there was a question about having a rate increase, and both times they were voted down,
Yes.
okay? And I know that maybe, that looking back, that wasn't such a good idea.
They weren't voted down. One was voted.
Yeah, they were.
Voted down, and then the other was vetoed, right?
I vetoed.
Okay, I didn't remember, and I don't want to bring this up, but it was real close to election time. It was real close to election time, but anyhow, but I think looking back, it might have been good to do that, and I agree with Dylan, if we could maybe do it in increments. I mean, I'm gonna tell you something, you know, I sold my farm 3 years ago and I moved into my rental house. I was paying $600 electric bills, okay, at my farm. Now, I didn't have a whole lot of lights in my barn, I didn't have a great big farmhouse, I just had a little house. I appreciate our utilities, absolutely appreciate what I pay.
and I'm thankful for the services that I get for them. And do I mind paying a little more? No, maybe 12% at a time would be better, because I'm about to be on a fixed income, But I think that in the grand scheme of things, we're very blessed, And for the people who do live in the county, my property tax on my little house, and pretty much everybody knows my little bitty house, 940 square feet, is probably about $100 higher a half than if it was in the county. And I don't really mind paying that, because the upside of that is I do get my police and fire, and I do get my water, and, my utilities for the month, even in the cold, even with my gas bill, are still less than $200 a month. And honestly, I've not ever had that. And y'all wanna complain, move to Aurora?
Can I move in?
Their water is, their sewage is, I think it's, what is it? I thought it was 4. I was thinking it was 4 times what their water is. And my ex-husband's basement still floods every time it rains, because they need all new lines. So we're lucky. And most of the people always say that I never take up for you guys, but I take up for the truth, okay?
Listen, Pam, I think you make a couple good points that I want to hit on is, I think for the most part, everybody that has been sitting up here over the years, I'm going back previous, and I will say this, is one of the first things that the community back in the first administration that had gaming was they did a lot of infrastructure underground, okay?
Saved a lot.
People don't understand that you can't put a big plaque on something like that, okay? Thank goodness they did that.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Because places like, listen, I talked with Pat Schwing and Mark Drury before that, and Aurora, Donnie Hastings before that, Vince, I mean, they're fighting a really tough battle.
And they're losing it.
Replacing their underground infrastructure. And it's a lot of money. And we, the mayors, have a roundtable, and one of the biggest topics at the roundtable is, hey, we wonder if we can get our legislators to come up with some kind of a grant program like they do for streets in the state to help with infrastructure for utilities. Because a lot of these small cities, we're blessed, we're fortunate, but and we also had the foresight many years ago and throughout those
to
years
invest
leading up to me and everybody else of people doing those kinds of things that needed to be done, right? And we're fortunate.
And people don't realize how much gaming money we've actually lost with gaming in Kentucky and Ohio. Everybody thinks that's never going to run dry. Look at Rising Sun. Don't ever think it can't run dry. Bigger cities than ours, they've just pulled up and left, So, I mean, count your blessings, folks, because I paid those $500 and $600 electric bills, and I just wanted to.
And going back to what Tommy and Dylan were saying, though, at the very beginning of this, when we started work, we've been working on this for quite some time. Billy Kennedy.
I stomped my feet a lot when we started.
They've been working on this a long time, but our first draft was sticker shock. For us as well.
And honestly, the average income in Lawrenceburg isn't that great. I mean, seriously. So
we wanted to take all that into consideration.
But again, we've been blessed because people in that income bracket haven't had to pay what I paid. So I mean, like I said, I'm happy to pay a little more. Maybe if you could just, put it in 2 increments, but I understand you've got big projects, you've got lots of money that you need, but it's, I believe you guys are considering all the people. I just wanted to say that.
Thank you for saying that, but that's been the consideration from the beginning of this is a lot of people on fixed income, okay? I'm 3 years away from a fixed income myself, Brian, you're not that far. But the thing is we took all that into consideration and we wanted to minimize the hurting, so to speak. And I think that we have, I really do.
Well, like I said, my only thing would be if you guys could do it maybe in increments, instead of just flat hitting somebody in the face with it all at once.
Well, and we did it in increments for the sewer and water.
Yes.
It's in increments. So otherwise, it could have been a 30%. And that's tough. That'd be tough for anybody to swallow. And so it is done over the increments and things, but I appreciate everybody's input. We really do. Usually,
Yes.
hearings, we don't get anything at these hearings, and we want people to understand. I'm glad people are looking at it. So that's,
I look at everything, you know.
hey, I don't doubt you for that. So,
You get messages from me from time to
yeah.
time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Good and bad. But you're consistent.
I am.
That's okay. Anyone else want to address? Well, if not, it's 6:55. I'd like to close the hearing and get back to the city council part of the meeting. With that said, and so what I'd like to do is address the, let me find it here. Oh, here they are. The three ordinances that we have in front of us, guys, is take them one at a time. The first ordinance will be number 15.
Well, we already numbered these.
Yes.
Did we?
Yeah,
Number
What-
9.
Nine for electric?
Yes.
9 for electric, yeah.
Is it 10 for water, 11 for sewer?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
I got them wrote down. Yep.
Thanks, guys. All right.
I got 10 for sewer and 11 for water is what I had. Yep.
Is it 10 for sewer?
That's what I had.
I had, 10 for water, but do you have 10 for sewer?
Maybe I did mine wrong. Maybe we
I
should
had
go
10,
with yours.
I had 10 water.
Let's
11
go with yours then.
Okay. We're
You
gonna,
are the ordinance man.
all right, well, we'll read them by
Okay.
title.
I just
Okay.
want to mark them right.
All right, so what we got here is ordinance number 2024-9. That's the ordinance establishing the revised schedule of rates and charges for the electric utility. What I'd like to do is get a vote on that. If it passes unanimously, it will be done in the first reading. If not, we will schedule a second meeting for a second reading and adoption. So if I can get a motion to approve ordinance number 2024-9.
So moved.
Second,
I'll second it, Mayor.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion.
Wait, sorry, I was voting no.
No?
No, yes.
Okay. Roll call, please.
All right, we got Councilperson Tony Abbott,
Yay.
Councilperson Dylan Little,
No.
Councilperson Tom Roulette,
Yay.
Councilperson Lenny Fryman,
Yay.
Councilperson Brett Bondurant.
Yeah.
And for the record, it's not that, I agree that the utilities need to be a standalone. I just, how we get there is what I disagree on.
Okay.
So,
Fair enough.
All right. Okay, so it's 4-1. We will schedule another meeting. We have to, we don't have a time frame on this.
Not-
but
We can do it at the next meeting or
yeah,
wherever you want to do it.
yeah, we can do it at the next council meeting. So we'll do that. We'll bring it back up then. Okay. All right. The next ordinance I would like to bring before you is ordinance number 2024-10, ordinance establishing a revised schedule of rates and charges for waterworks utilities, services to be collected from users of the city waterworks utility system. And if this passes unanimously, we would consider it adopted tonight. If not, we will schedule a meeting for the second reading. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
I'll second it then. Give it
Let's
to
see,
Mr.
Lenny
Fryman.
Lenny
And
made
Mr.
a
Roulette is
motion.
second.
Mr. Roulette made the second. All in favor?
Aye.
nay,
Opposed?
nay,
Okay. Roll call, please.
Tony Abbott,
Yay.
Dylan Little,
nay,
Tom Roulette,
Yay.
Lenny Fryman,
Yay.
Brett Bondurant.
Yeah.
Okay, it also passed tonight at 4-1, but we will schedule another meeting to get the second reading and potential adoption. Okay. The third one is ordinance number 2024-11. This is an ordinance establishing a revised schedule of rates and charges for sewage works utility services to be collected from users of the city's sewage works utility system. I would entertain a motion and adoption, provided that it's unanimous tonight. Otherwise, we will have a second reading and adoption if not unanimous.
Mayor, if I may?
Yes?
One thing that I would like to, for the record, have out there is we are trying to write up an agreement with Ross Squibb, correct? So, so they will get a, what is it, their rate is wholesale rate.
They get a wholesale rate.
That is in that ordinance. We do not have that agreement written yet. Can we go ahead and pass this with the fact that we're going to work on said agreement for them? In other words, still hold their feet to the fire. If they don't do the agreement that we've all talked about, they would go back to the regular, not just the wholesale.
Regular
Does that
retail.
make sense?
Regular retail rate.
Yes, regular retail rate.
Yes, sir.
Isn't that one of the reasons why we're losing so much money on sewage or wastewater? Sorry.
Well, one of the biggest reasons is because we've not done anything as far as passing the rates that the South Dearborn Regional Sewer District has passed on to us.
Yeah.
And there was back, I want to say, years ago, there was an agreement that, and I could go through the whole history, but Seagram's, back when it was Seagram's, used to be considered a part owner of the regional sewer district. A few years back, they were never considered, I mean, they weren't an owner. It's always been owned by the three cities, right? But they have a direct line going from Seagram's to the regional sewer district.
Plain streamline.
Plain streamline. So there's been a lot of talk over the years about making them a customer, or should they have just kept them on as a fourth owner? But they never contributed into any of the improvements, so to speak. So it was brought to that they would become a customer. The agreement that we're talking about is actually the only way they get the wholesale rate is that they take back the control of the interceptors and that sanitary sewer line. Okay? Everybody follow that?
Yep.
If not, they'll go back to the industrial rate like
all I wanted to
everybody
make
else.
sure.
Yeah.
And then there's minutes on that pertaining to that as well, so.
There it is.
It's been talked about, and we received prior to his departure, email from Director Kennett pertaining to that as well. But it was back on September 6th.
Myself or Dell was not a part of those.
Yeah, I understand that.
We're
I
gonna,
was talking to Mr.
we've
Will
got a
about that.
meeting we're gonna set with MGP's folks.
Yep.
Because I wanna hear everything that was discussed in that meeting as well. And if it's any different than that, then obviously we'll have to bring it back to you guys.
Right.
But that's the gist of it. But that's probably one piece of some of but most of it is because of what we haven't ever charged our ratepayers for the raises we've gotten from our regional sewer district.
Sounds good.
So, hope that explained it. Okay, okay, we read this and everything else. We have a first and a second. All in favor?
We didn't get a first and second. I brought up the questions.
No,
That was the
that was the last one.
that was the
there.
water.
The last,
Okay, we
Yeah.
got it.
I just wanted to bring up that agreement with Ross Squibb. That's all I wanted to bring up. So,
Got it. Okay.
contingent upon that agreement, I'll make that motion.
I read the
let me point that.
2024-11 ordinance. I'd like to get a motion to approve contingent upon the agreement being made with MGP/Ross Squibb.
I'll make that motion, Mayor.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Roll call, please.
Tony Abbott,
Yay.
Dylan Little,
Nay.
Tommy Roulette,
Yay.
Lenny Fryman,
Yay.
and Brett Bondar.
Yay.
Okay, passes tonight 4-1, but we will, since it wasn't unanimous, we will schedule the next meeting for a second reading and potential adoption. Okay, thank you, guys.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Yes, sir.
If this does get
Sir, can you
passed,
stand up to the
blah, blah,
podium?
blah, when would that take effect?
25,
Okay,
2025,
January.
January. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep. That, your question?
Yeah, that was all I was
Okay.
curious about.
No problem. Okay, the next item is the Uniform Development Ordinance. You have
Before we do another long one, can we do the resolution for the Dora? I know it's not on the agenda, but Dell sent it to us for the alley. Back alley mercantile. I just know that the UDO is gonna be long.
No, it's not.
It's a vote.
No.
Okay,
Vote, not a discussion.
there's discussion. There can be.
Vote.
All I'm looking for is a vote,
Okay.
yay or nay. I mean, well, you guys all know the UDO came from the Planning Commission, right? It's a Planning Commission ordinance, but they need you to pass it, since it's an ordinance for the city. If you don't pass it, it goes back to them. And then it will come back to council, and then any changes you guys want to make, we would make them before it comes back to council for the next time. And then it would be voted on.
So how do we make those changes if there's no discussion? Are we gonna have another meeting where there will be?
You can submit your changes.
Okay.
Well, we should have meetings
That's
with,
fine too. We can do it however you guys want.
Along
that-
with APC and BCA,
What's
or
that?
APC, or, yeah.
No, it would be just with you guys,
Okay,
because you guys are the ones that have the issue with it.
okay.
So I would say whatever changes you guys are looking that you want to
I think we ought
implement.
to have the planning commission too, to have their input in those meetings.
Well, we can. I mean, I
As-
don't care who's at the meeting. It doesn't matter. We can have them. We can have anybody you want.
It'd be nice because we talked about the folks that wrote it coming in and going through it with them at one point in time, and then we've never done that either. I mean, this is my things and questions in here, and they
Great.
didn't answer all of them, so.
Okay. Yep. So, but tonight, for tonight's purpose, we're gonna get a vote on it because we had said we were going to.
Okay.
And then if it gets put back to the planning commission, so be it. Okay? That
Fair
okay with
enough.
everybody?
Fair enough.
Okay. All right, so the Uniform Development Ordinance, as written, I'll entertain a motion to approve. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to reject.
Okay, second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Roll call, please.
All right, we got Tony Abbott,
Yay.
Dylan Little,
Yay.
Tommy Roulette,
Nay.
Lenny Fryman,
Nay.
and Brett Bondar.
Yeah,
Okay, so does not pass tonight, 1 to 4?
What'd you say?
No.
As in, to reject it or?
Reject.
Yay to reject it.
He said reject.
it was 4-1.
Yeah.
So it should have been a yay.
Yeah, okay.
So 1 to 4.
Okay, my bad.
Okay, so we'll get it back to the APC, but then in the meantime, we'll have to get a meeting scheduled to get all your guys' stuff that you want to see changed. That's fine. Thank you. Okay, the next item is a TIF expansion resolution.
Thank you, Your Honor. It pleases the Common Council, and I circulated the two predecessor resolutions. The first one was the declaratory resolution by redevelopment. The second one was one we passed last week at Plan Commission. Now it's the council's turn to get involved, and then it'll go back to redevelopment for a final confirmatory resolution. This expands the TIF to include the Liberty Theater and the Carpenters Union restaurant. So it just adds those to the existing TIF.
Okay.
What number would this be, Mr. Fetty?
We are at a resolution, where we at?
16 or
We're 7?
7?
7.
That's ordinance.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, questions first? If not, entertain a motion to approve the TIF expansion resolution.
So moved.
Resolution number 7.
So moved.
I'll second.
Second, Dylan? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, guys. Next item is Mr. Fetty is the 2025 salary ordinance, which is number
I think it was 15, right?
15.
I'm trying to keep.
Let me look back at all the ones we did tonight here.
What number was that?
We're gonna say it's 15.
We're going 15.
Everybody agree with that number?
Jean's over here.
I'm not keeping up with it, Mayor. Trying.
If you're not keeping up with it, who is?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, this salary ordinance, once again, every year around this time of year, we basically bring the salary ordinance for the 2025. You can take a look at the numbers in there. That includes the 8% raise for civil city and first responders. But once again, the numbers are there. If you got any questions on anything, or basically if you got any motions or whatever, there it is.
Okay, questions?
I see that we put in here the city attorney for $200,000 annually as a salary. Are we going to do anything in terms of how that will work? Will he be a full-time employee? Will he have an office here? Do we have plans for that? Is he going to hit a time clock? How are we going to make payments for outside counsel, so forth and so on? What are the plans for all of those things?
Yeah, well, that doesn't change any. The outside counsel doesn't change from what it is now.
So they'll still bill us separately outside
Yes.
of that 200,000?
Oh, yeah. Yep. The 200,000 will be a salary. He will be a PERF employee because we're required to pay PERF. And what the only benefit is medical. That's it. No aim or.
Will he still be turning in invoices?
I'm sorry?
Will he still be turning in invoices as he should be?
We can. I don't know why. We can. Yeah, we can. Obviously do that. Yeah.
Personally, I prefer to keep it at $200 a year, and if we're able to put a do not exceed number of 150,000.
And how we
$200 an
gonna get
hour, you
this?
mean?
Yeah, sorry, 200 an hour.
Okay. Other questions? So, what are you asking me to do here?
I mean, I'm asking to either keep it the way that it is now, where he is 200 an hour and turning in invoices, or adding him in here and doing 200 an hour and to not exceed $150,000 a year, something of that sort. I want to see invoices at the end of the day.
Okay? Okay. What would you prefer, Mr. Fetty, as far as the budgeting piece of it?
It don't matter to me, however they want to do it. Just, it's, if that's how they all feel, I don't know, put a motion out there, see how everybody feels about it. I don't know what else to say other than I'll do it however you guys want to do it.
Okay. What kind of motion you want me to make on this?
$200 an hour and not to exceed $150,000 a year.
My question is, what happens when it goes over the 150?
That's my question.
Then he doesn't get paid anymore,
And how are we gonna get to work then?
just as any other salary employee is going to do it. If there's a do not exceed of 150,000.
Yeah, I hear what
My
you're
thing,
saying.
my thing is if we're going to make him a full-time employee, he needs to have the same requirements of any other full-time employee that's here. So either he needs to have an office, he needs to clock in, something of the sort. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me that he would be an employee here, but then he's still having clients outside of this. Other cities that have a full-time attorney, that's what they're dedicated to, is a full-time attorney for the city of Lawrenceburg. They don't have other clients outside of here.
Okay.
So we either keep it the way that it is, or we need to put in reforms for how we can keep track of everything.
Okay. How's everybody else feel?
I'm personally okay with the 200. A year salary, I would like to see some invoices though. I think that's but I don't know how we would do that.
You can ask for invoices.
Yeah.
That's not,
We don't get invoices now. I haven't seen one in the 10 months that I've been on council, besides one in January.
Well, if you're gonna do salary or if you're gonna do invoices, that's two different things. I mean, how can you do salary and turn in invoices?
Yeah.
One or the other. And about going 150,000 limit, what do we do once he hits that limit?
And it won't take long to get to that limit. Excuse me. I'm good with the 200,000. Myself.
Are there any other cities in Indiana where the city lawyer is a city employee?
Yes, New Albany. New Albany has a city employee, and they pay theirs about $75,000 to $85,000 a year.
I don't know if that's quite true, but
I had a council
not all
member
of them.
from
I mean,
there.
not all of them. I mean, but there are some, I mean, right here in our little three-city area, it's more than that. Dylan, I'm not saying that it doesn't exist, but I can tell you that, listen, guys, I mean, I'll do what you guys want to do with this. It's either we're going to keep it the way it is, or we were trying to make it so it was budgetary easier, but.
I just, New Albany has 38,000 people that live there. They have a similar budget to what we do.
Okay.
And I have their council packet for their stuff, and their city attorney salary is $64,260 a year.
What attorney would you know that would take a job for $64,000? That, I mean, honest, I'm just asking a question.
Our
secretary
make that much.
When you get the benefits and things like that, just saying.
We pay every
What was
employee
that?
in the city's making practically that.
Yeah.
I know they are a full-time committed attorney down there.
How many hours?
I don't know.
I mean,
I just asked them to send me what they budgeted for their legal stuff, and that's what they sent me, so.
yeah.
But why would you go to law school just to make 64,000 a year? That
Don't
doesn't
ask
make
me.
sense. That's gotta be a part-time job.
So,
Has to be.
I'm just saying, they're comparable to what we do in many aspects. If you look at their budget, if you look at, and I'm not saying that's what he has to make.
What is their budget? I don't even know.
It's about $38 million a year.
38,000 people, 38 million?
You know, the one thing I do want to add is since this vote came along, the city attorney for the city of Lawrenceburg has been paid. You know, it takes a lot of money for a city attorney, you know, and ever since the vote came along, all the past mayors had their city attorneys. It's within reason. I know what we would have paid him this year, you know, at $200 an hour. I feel like this is, you know, it might be high, but it's probably definitely cheaper than 2024 or 2023 or 2022.
How about if we cut the clerk's pay and the mayor's pay and make up the difference?
Take out their raises
Well,
this time.
I was thinking we'd all share a little bit. How about you five? Come on. You guys,
Honestly-
you guys really can't afford to give anything.
Honestly, guys, when I first got in here, and seeing what's went on, this guy's got a lot. He's put a lot of hours in, he does. And me, myself, I think, you're saying $200 straight up for a year?
200 an hour.
Or $200,000 salary.
$200,000 limit. I mean, I can't see a lawyer taking it for $84,000, that just doesn't make sense. Him going to school and doing all he has to do to pay for that. I'm not saying you're wrong, he has to have another job.
The difference is, and what I'm getting at is, Dell being the attorney here isn't his full-time job. He's also the school board attorney, he's also the city attorney for VV. There's other avenues. What does VV, what do they end up doing comparable to us, if you don't mind me asking?
you want me to talk?
I'm curious, I mean, I'm asking you a question.
I'm not gonna sit here and defend myself. If you have an opinion, you can express it. But what
I'm
you're
asking you
saying
what you make of
is
Vivi.
incorrect. And what you're saying is a little bit false.
What's incorrect?
Well, and I'll just say this briefly. I mean, if we do 200,000 per year, that would be less than what I built last year. I have to take any money that I bill the city, and I have to take it to my office, I have to take it to my building, I have to take insurance, I have to take employees, I have to take their salaries, their money.
But we're not your only client.
That's correct.
So what I'm getting at is,
But I work more than 40 hours a week for the city of Lawrenceburg every single week. I do things for the city that I don't bill for. I make less money now than I did before to do this job because I believe in the city. I work my tail off. And the money I make is set at $200 per hour. That was set by somebody else a long time ago. It's never gone up. I've never asked for a raise. I've never asked for an increase. So I'm just coming to work every day doing what needs to be done. And I have turned it down. I mean, Mark's been keeping my bills because you shut down the last additional appropriations that it was coming in. You can come to my office, you can sit at my desk, you do what I do every day.
so the only bill that I denied, hold on. The only bill that I denied was a bill that was 4 years old. That's the only bill that I've denied thus far. So let's be factual in what we're saying. There's only been one bill that's been turned in.
It's not just the bills.
I'm not trying to argue.
It's not the bills. We,
They're in a full number, I probably should have told you there's a folder back here with those bills in it.
Yeah,
Because without the additional appropriation, we can't pay any of it.
But we're turning it in.
Now, are all of them in there? I don't know for sure. There's a folder.
And all my bills will be caught up, yeah, I've been bills late, and all be caught up by the end of this year, that would be good. And from going forward, all my bills will be 45 days or less and that's fine, that's fair. But to be honest with you, when something needs to be done for the city, I don't sit down and write a bill. I do the job that needs to be done, and that's what I am late. I apologize for that, that's what I'm sure. Don't ever think that I know what I'm for the city.
And I'm not
The
saying
amount of hours that I work multiplies by whatever the rate is set. That's what it is.
I'm not saying that you don't work hard for the city. I don't want that to be misconstrued. I'm just saying, looking at other comparable cities, and I get Lawrenceburg isn't every other city. We have gaming revenue, we've had this, and this has been the norm. Just because it's been the norm doesn't mean it's always the right
The
avenue
city
forward.
has multiple attorneys and its staff and offices. They have infrastructure that needs to be done. I pay for all of that.
Which is what I'm
That's all I
saying.
know.
Yeah, which is what I'm
like
saying.
Bloomington or Fisher, I mean, they've got a whole room full of attorneys. And you got to have it.
Let me ask you guys this. Has any of you ever called over and he's never called you back, or if you've got a question, he's always been there for you?
I don't disagree with you on that. I called Dell today.
Well, but I mean, no, he necessarily wouldn't have to be, but he is. He's there for us every time we call. I don't know if he charges us for it. Some places get paid $100 just to make a phone call for 5 minutes. I'm just saying, though, I mean, I think he does it himself. I'm good with it. That's me.
I think Dylan has made it. To be honest with Mark and I have talked about this for a couple of years, and that's about finding budgetary reasons, get it number together. Listen, what we can do is, I mean, I can do it all my contracted employees,
a year at a time.
a year at a time. That was all my contracted I'm gonna take a stab, okay? And we'll go from there. I'm gonna entertain a motion, whether it goes through or doesn't go through. I'm gonna entertain a motion for ordinance number 15-2024, which is the ordinance fixing the rate of compensation for employees of the city of Lawrenceburg, Dearborn County, Indiana, for 2025. I will say that this will be approved tonight under the first reading, unless it's not unanimous. If it's not unanimous, the only thing is on this and the budget, we have to have it approved by November 1st. Let's go, I'll entertain a motion to approve, as written.
That's the salary ordinance in the whole. So moved. I'll make a motion.
Second?
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Roll call.
All right, we got, Tony Abbott,
Aye.
Dylan Little,
No.
I should go in the other order.
Start at
I'm
the
with
other
you.
end.
I'm with you now. I should go
It's
the.
alphabetical.
Councilperson,
Yay.
Tommy Roulette, Councilperson Lenny Fryman, Councilperson Matt Vaughn.
Okay, it passes first reading 4-1. I am proposing that we have a meeting for council on Thursday.
Could you move that to Monday? I'm out of town.
Monday,
Let's see.
Yeah, as long as it's.
yeah, we can do that.
Monday the 28th.
Yeah,
All right, Dale, you're gonna be making less money than you did this year.
is 1 o'clock okay with everybody for that?
All right, so it's
Yep.
Monday the 28th.
At 1 o'clock.
Now, we need to do something about the bills that are stacked up in the clerk's office.
Mark's gonna have to take
He's
care
gonna
of
In
have
November, we will have an additional appropriation,
appropriations.
because there's a couple other line items that we need to make sure that we not finish in the red, so that will be part of the additional appropriation, and that will be coming at you.
All right.
1 o'clock on Monday. We'll get, we'll have to get the posting. All right,
I'm glad city council didn't ask for a raise.
thank you.
It
Okay.
was in there and we turned it down, if you do remember.
I know.
Okay, next item, thank you for the discussion. The 2025 budget ordinance. Mr. Petty?
Once again, budget, you guys seen it, we went over all the line items. Once again, this one's gotta be passed before November 1st too, and once again, this budget right here is just basically saying you got permission to spend that much money in each, fund.
Okay, the only questions I have, because I was sort of on the fence on this budget, and you'll know how I brought the questions up. The 1485 for CARES and 1486, that is the last 4 digits. That is 1485 for CARES, 1486 for the forgiveness. Are they just for this year only, not going to be in the budget yearly?
Absolutely.
Okay, it's just.
1 year.
1 year, okay.
And that's,
And
listen,
that's-
go ahead.
And that's still gotta be approved. I mean, like, you know, if you guys wanna do that, you still have to approve it individually at a meeting.
Yeah,
Okay,
So, I mean, even though that we got the money budgeted, doesn't mean we have to spend it in that fund.
okay.
And that fund has
Well, again, I was
excess,
on the
quite a bit of
fence.
excess of money.
well, let me,
department.
let me ask a question, Mark, because we, in the past, we have, if, I'm gonna bring, say, the adult center, we budgeted so much
Yes.
money. They can come and ask for that money, and they just come to you and ask for it.
I still don't give that money out until it's been approved by the claims.
Oh, on the claim, okay.
On the claim.
Gotcha.
TVs.
That's the way we'll continue to,
Accounts
okay.
payable balance.
Yes,
All
I
right,
still will
that's
not
fine.
give that out
Yep,
until it's
that's
approved by
fine.
the claim.
That's good with me, okay. I didn't have that. Oh, okay. All right, so the, anything else on the budget ordinance?
That's all I have.
Can I get a motion to approve?
So this would be ordinance 16.
This would be 16-2024.
Now, we
And
didn't actually get a ordinance of that in there, other than.
It's
just
the-
the- yes.
it's the-
Okay, okay.
Also,
Just want to make sure.
Mayor, in the future, like next year when we're working on the budget, can we have work sessions before it just comes to us so we can actually work together on the budget?
Well,
That's something that, I mean, there's been a few of us that have talked about that. It would be
Yeah.
nice.
well, let me tell you how the budget works.
I know, you pull all the people in. I've heard this 15 times. We would like to be involved. We are the body that approves it. We want to be involved if we can be.
We have the budget session for you guys to ask all those questions.
Which I did, and, yeah.
Yeah.
Which we get to ask, but we don't get to be involved in actually building the budget until it comes to us.
Because it's not the way it's done.
It's not, that's because we're not allowed to add money to the
It's
budget.
set up by law that it comes from the mayor's office. I mean, that's the way.
It's a
set up.
statute. I don't control that.
I know that Greendale and other cities work together to build their budget.
No, that's not true. Out
They
in
did under Alan
Greendale,
Weiss.
out in Greendale, the clerk treasurer makes the budget. That's
Okay.
what they do. But, listen, guys, I get you guys involved more than any community around here, any community I'm aware of on the budget. I mean, it used to be there wasn't even any involvement.
Well, our job is to take money out of the budget. We can't add money to the budget. That's not us. We can only subtract from it.
Absolutely can. But listen, Dylan, I'm happy to include you on however, if there's certain things you want to be included on it, you let me know and I'll be happy to.
Okay.
Happy to. All right? Is that fair? Yep. Okay. All right. Okay, can I get a motion to approve ordinance 16-2024, which is the ordinance for appropriations and tax rates for the budget?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Roll call, please.
Councilperson Brett Von Rupp.
Yay.
Hey, first time ever.
Alphabetical.
Councilperson Lenny Fryman.
Yay.
Councilperson Tom Roulette.
Yay.
Councilperson Dylan Little. And Councilperson Tony Abbott.
Yay.
Okay, passes first reading 4-1. This will be on the meeting for Monday, the 28th of October.
In your honor, just because the courts with the public notice, could we announce that we're also going to do the second readings of the rate ordinances on Monday, the 28th meeting? Because I think we went back and forth a little bit, we said it might be at the next regular meeting.
Why can't we just do it at the next or the next
Oh, you want to
regular
wait,
meeting?
okay, not do it on Monday? Oh,
Yeah.
yes, sir.
Yeah, let's just do these two items.
Yeah, that's all.
It's fine either way, I just wanted to.
We're not under a time constraint on the other one, so. So the salary ordinance and budget ordinance will be second readings on Monday, the 28th.
Monday the 28th.
Yes. Okay. All right, thanks, guys. The next item is donation committee recommendations. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second?
I'll second.
Dylan, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion will carry. Vehicles to auction, I meant to get you the names of those. Brad had asked me about this. There are 4 vehicles in his possession over at the lot that he would like to take to Lutz, the auction off. They are vehicles they've been either putting taking parts from for other cars, or they're not in our fleet any longer. But there was 4 of them, and I apologize. I meant to have the names. I think 2 are old police cars.
Cruisers.
I think one is the silver old utility. I think
Nitro, and then we have one of the older Ford pickups, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
The old.
I apologize for that, but He was just asking for permission to take it to Lutz. Get them out of the lot.
I'll make that motion, Mayor.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. No other new, oh, yeah, we do.
Medora.
Back alley. Okay, I would, this a, what's?
Resolution.
Yes, sir, Your Honor, and thank you. So just so everyone knows, I put this in very late on Friday. I got a call from the owners of the Back Alley Mercantile, it's their new business here across the street, and they asked to be added to the door. They have been approved for their own liquor license, but our ordinance, our door ordinance, which is 7-2023, and the State Alcohol and Tobacco Commission, through their application process, they require us to pass a resolution to add them. I've got John adding them to the map too. If this is approved, then they will get their designated permittee status approved by ATC. I met with her yesterday, actually, get her kind of started on that application process, and they would be then a full door participant. They're already going to be able to sell beverages.
This is Back Alley Mercantile.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Everybody familiar with Back Alley there?
Yep.
So this would be resolution number 8-2024?
Correct, Gene?
Is that correct, Gene?
It's eight.
I'm going to say it's 8-2024. Can I get a motion to approve that resolution?
So moved.
I'll second.
Second. Who first? Tony?
No.
First, Tony, second, Dylan, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, everybody. Okay, that's all the new business. Once approved, once approved, once approved,
Okay.
approved.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Can we publish that in the newspaper or something?
Absolutely. Well, it's on our website, right? Mark doesn't know those got it on our website.
Oh,
I thought we said we were gonna do it in 2025,
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
No, the 2025 was just on the utilities, but we can, I mean, if you guys want to wait till 2025, that's,
I don't want to wait now.
No, I think it's approved, but I just said on that one little part, just make sure you put the
oh,
sticker.
yeah, we're going to make the changes.
Yeah, so
We're gonna make the
break it off this year.
changes to the-
So we're,
But the rest of the work's.
the placement for the 2020, okay, yep.
Yeah.
So I'll write that in there in parentheses, that the sticker thing's 2025, everything else is now. Is that what you
Now.
want? Yep, okay.
How about if we post one of these at each restaurant? That way all the golf cart drivers can say, oh, okay, we got a new one here. I can
Yeah.
stay till past 11 or whatever.
Well, everyone's watching this meeting, so they know.
Yeah. You know enough people with the Eagles, I'm sure.
Might
word
be.
of mouth will get out.
They might be. Okay. All right, thank you for bringing that up, Tony.
Yep.
Okay, comments from the audience?
You're just dying to get up and say something. Stand up.
Well, go ahead if you guys. No?
Supposed to do this. In regards to the city attorney, the $200,000, is that a cap? That's the most he can make in the year?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, well, if you figure that up and divide everything out, that's only 83 hours a month, which doesn't make him a full-time employee, correct? Am I-
I'll work for you.
Well, I know what you're saying. No, but I'm just asking because they said, would you be a full-time employee? But at 83 hours a month, that doesn't make you a full-time employee. So that allows you to do the other things to keep your business afloat. I mean, if you take $200,000 divided by $200 an hour, I think it comes out to around 83 hours a month,
You
right?
sat there and figured all that out without a pen and paper?
I do math all day.
I hear you.
I do math all day.
I hear.
But I mean, I'm just saying, because I thought $200,000 sounds like a lot, but when you divide it by what you get paid, $200 an hour, which I think is what you've been paid ever since I've been coming here, since you started, because I came before you. I mean, I was just looking at it rationally, and you said yourself that you got paid more last year,
Yep.
you know? So, I mean, I'm just trying to do the math, and I was curious if that was the cap at $200,000.
Yes, he will be it would be a salary.
And he would still put in his invoices for his time, just, so that would be basically your time clock. Am I right?
That's just a way of, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, because Dylan brought up a valid point. For $200,000, you could show up one day a month, So if there wasn't any way to kind of track that, which we know you
The
don't.
invoice thing is still, per the agreement, is 45 days after the month that he performed the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do that, but I won't.
I was just trying to figure that all out in my head, because like I said, at 83 hours a month, that still allows you, because I work a lot more than 83 hours a month, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that would allow you your time, so.
What are you laughing for, Brian?
I mean, I just wanted that to see if that was the cap.
No, I mean, look, I work
I know.
all day, every day for the city, and I like to talk about money. I'm from Lawrenceburg like you guys. I think it's crazy that
I mean, anytime I've ever called you,
I'm grateful, and I love my job, and, whatever these guys pay me is more than fair.
yeah, I was just trying to figure it out in my head, because like I said, at first 200,000 is a lot, but at $200 an hour, that's not a lot. And if you do the math, I think I'm right. I think it's about 80 hours, 83 hours a month, I
We're
was
gonna
just,
fact check you.
go ahead. I don't care. Go ahead. I just
Round
wanted to ask.
numbers, if a person worked full-time at $200 an hour. they would make
$419,000. $419,000.
2080 hours. 2,080 hours.
Figured that up too. It's
I only did round numbers and I.
Now, easy, girls, you guys are,
Yeah, it's
Okay.
getting, no, I'm messing.
And the average for an attorney, and it's $400, now we're up to $800,000.
Yeah.
Comments from the audience?
Any other?
Comments?
Okay.
I was just curious.
If not, then I'll entertain a motion to approve the claims.
I would like to reject claim number 3881. It is, for lack of information, it is redacted.
3881.
It is on page 16 of accounts payable.
3881.
It is attorney fees.
Fager Drinker Biddle.
Yep.
It's redacted, you said? That's probably because of personnel.
There's never been an invoice that has ever been redacted from any of these, ever, until,
We'll look at it. Yeah, we'll look, but I'm just assuming. I don't know. I haven't looked at it, so.
I mean, that's why it would be redacted, because it has confidential information.
I just don't pay my bill, like, I look at my bills before I pay them, so I'm just me.
Good, all these guys.
No problem. We'll look at it, Dylan. All right. Okay, so for, I would entertain the motion is then to pay all the claims except for 3881. Is that the number we're looking at?
Yes.
That's a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second, Mayor.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we'll get it added back. Motion to approve all payroll reports and checks once properly certified.
So moved, Mayor.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Motion to adjourn this meeting.
Come on, Lenny.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, everybody. Be safe going home. Root for the Tigers this weekend. Root for the Tigers.
I hate that. I just had something in my hand, I was gonna pull it up. It seems,
I'm gonna get behind you.